DeAndre Hopkins just did something few people expected. He took a direct shot at the Baltimore Ravens on social media. It was only a short comment, but it raised a huge question about what really happened with him inside the offense last season. And when you see what Hopkins revealed, and then compare it to the numbers from the year, the entire story starts to look very different. It all started when a reporter posted a highlight from the season opener against the Buffalo Bills on social media. In the clip, DeAndre Hopkins makes an unbelievable one-handed catch in the red zone for a touchdown. A superstar play, the kind that instantly reminds you why he spent so many years being one of the most respected wide receivers in the entire league. The reporter even suggested that the Ravens should consider bringing Hopkins back because of plays like that. But that's when the conversation took a completely different turn. Hopkins himself jumped into the comments and fired back with a simple question. After that touchdown, how many times do you think I was used in the red zone again? He went on to say that whenever he actually gets the ball, he's still extremely productive, yet he was barely used in those situations. Hopkins also made it clear he never complained inside the locker room and always stayed professional. But when you look at the numbers from the season, it becomes very clear why that frustration started to build. When you look at Hopkins' stats from the 2025 season, the frustration starts to make even more sense. He finished the year with just 22 receptions for 330 yards and 2 touchdowns. For most receivers, that might simply look like a quiet season. But for someone who built an entire career being a focal point in NFL offenses, it ended up being the lowest production of his career. The number that really jumps out is this one, only 39 targets the entire season. In other words, the ball barely came his way. For a player who's been named first team All-Pro 3 times and has already passed 1,000 career receptions, being almost invisible in the offense is hard to understand. Hopkins also made it clear that he maintained a good relationship with the quarterback and supported his teammates, including younger receivers like Zay Flowers and Rashad Bateman. But when a competitive player goes that long without being involved, frustration is almost inevitable. And consider the Ravens finished the season 8-9 and missed the playoffs. A lot of people started wondering if the offense really used all the weapons it had available. Now, let me ask you something, Ravens fans. Do you think the Ravens wasted DeAndre Hopkins? Let me know your opinion in the comments. After these public comments, the feeling around the league is that Hopkins is unlikely to return to Baltimore. Everything points toward him testing the market again in free agency, and even heading into his age 34th season. There are still plenty of reasons why teams could be interested in the veteran. Despite the lower numbers last year, advanced metrics still show that Hopkins can separate from defenders at a high level. He remains an extremely precise route running with reliable hands and tons of experience in big moments. For many teams, that still looks like a reliable receiver who can thrive in the right system. One scenario that's already starting to generate discussion involves a possible return to the Tennessee Titans. The team Hopkins played for in 2023 and 2024. There he could take on an important role helping a young offensive while also mentoring a developing quarterback, because at the end of the day, one thing is still clear across the league. DeAndre Hopkins still has the talent to make an impact when the scheme actually chooses him. Through all of this, one thing becomes clear. When a player with the career and reputation of DeAndre Hopkins speaks out publicly, it's rarely random. His comments have sparked a serious debate about how the Baltimore Ravens used one of their most talented offensive weapons last season. And now the big question is, what comes next? Both for Hopkins and for Baltimore's offense moving forward. But I want to hear from you, Ravens fans. Did the Ravens really wait a player like Hopkins, or is the situation more complicated than it looks? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, because I really want to hear what you think about all of this.